Myself, Pawan DA. I'm studying in Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. Today, I'm going to discuss topic about working and operations of lathe, which comes under the subject Introduction to Mechanical Engineering. What is lathe? First of all, what is lathe? A lathe is a machine tool that rotates a workpiece about to perform various operations such as cutting, knurling, drilling, deformation, facing, and turning with tools that are applied to the workpiece to create an object with symmetry about the axis. This is the diagram of the lathe machine. Now, where are the lathe is used? The industrial applications of lathe. On the industrial side, big lathes produce countless number of parts like drive shafts on cars, legs for tables, etc. Heavy-duty, large-scale lathe tools can be used to turn a giant metal cone or disc, while small-scale machines can cut out a metal chess piece. Today, each industrial metalworking lathe is fully automated with heads that can hold multiple weights. This means that the same lathe can perform numerous processes, rough beds for grinding out material, finer ones for defining parts, even bits for sanding and polishing. With a CNC lathe, a trained operator can program a metalworking lathe to bring a single workpiece from raw material to finished product with no human involvement at all once the program is initiated. A few individuals can oversee an entire production floor equipped with the CNC lathes. Where lathe is used, small scale users of lathes. Lathe on an industrial scale can be quite large, but a tool room lathe tends to be a somewhat smaller machine tool. A metal lathe is the mainstay of many small machine shops or tool and die companies. Due to its versatility, beyond the machine shop, many other craftsmen and hobbyists find a lathe indispensable. You can use a lathe to create parts of an old car. What is the working principle of lathe? How the lathe machine works? Lathes are intended to spin a workpiece against a tool bed. Unlike milling machines, according to the complete form, it works on the principle of rotating workpiece and fixed cutting tool. The workpiece is held between two strong supports known as centers. Usually, lathes have two types of centers, a live center and another one is dead center. The center at the headstock is called a live center. This rotates the workpiece, and the dead center at the tailstock holds the workpiece aligned with the live center. The cutting tool is moved towards the rotating workpiece to cut it into the desired shape. For normal operations, the cutting tool is fed either parallel or perpendicular to the work axis. To understand the cutting tool, respective angles and working principle, please read about single point cutting tool. What are the operations of lathe machine? A lathe is a machine that rotates the workpiece about an axis to perform different operations. As you can see in the below picture, these are the operations that lathe machine can perform like facing, taper turning, counter turning, form turning, chamfering, cutoff, threading, boring, drilling and knurling. Now let's we discuss the operations of lathe one by one. The first one is turning. It is the most common type of operation in all lathe machine operations. It is the most used operation, and turning is the operation of removing the excess material from the workpiece to produce a cylindrical surface to the desired length. The job held between the center or a chuck and the rotated at the required speed. The tool moves in a longitudinal direction to give the feed towards the headstock with proper depth of a cut. The surface finish is very good. Facing. Facing is a process of removing a metal from the end of a workpiece to produce a flat surface. It is sometimes called squaring. It is also called squaring. The facing tool used is of round edge. If the tool is pointed, then the workpiece will not have good finishing. The workpiece rotates about its axis and the facing tool is fed perpendicular to the axis of lathe. Most oftenly, the workpiece is cylindrical in shape, but using a forja chunk, we can face rectangular or odd-shaped work to form cubes or cylinders and other non-cylindrical shapes. And third operation is thread cutting. It is the most important operation in the lathe to obtain the continuous helical grooves or threads. When the threads or helical grooves are formed on the out surface of the workpiece is called external thread cutting. When the threads or helical grooves are formed on the inner surface of the workpiece, it is called internal thread cutting. The workpiece is rotating, but the two centers, live center and dead center of the lathe, when the tool is moved from the right to the left, we get left-handed thread. Similarly, when the tool is moved from right to the left, we get right-handed thread. Hence, the motion of the carry edge is provided by lead screw. The fourth operation, knurling. Knurling is an operation performed on the lathe to generate saw-like surface on the workpiece. This is used to produce a rough surface for gripping like the barrel, micrometer, screw, garage. This is done by special tool called knurling tool. During knurling operation, the hardness roller of the tool are pressed against slowly rotating workpiece such that impressions of tool serrations are formed on the workpiece surface. Thank you. If you like the video, please